Hi Libra, and welcome to your September 2020 general reading. So just give me a minute, I'm just getting my focus here. So your Lenormand card is the maze. So I don't know if some of you are feeling the maze is about not knowing what's what, quite often about the next decision to be made, and feeling quite confused. Okay, so I guess that's that sort of stereotypical joke about the Libra energy, is finding it hard to make decisions. I've got loads of Libra, so there's no judgment here, but maybe some of you are feeling a bit vague about things. I'm getting an image, you know, the Seven of Cups card. So a feeling of everything's confused, you don't know what's what, finding it hard to find ground. Okay, so let's find out what this is about. I'm a little bit intrigued actually. Let me just shuffle the cards a little bit. You're my first reading of the day, and I do like to shuffle a little bit more and cut a little bit more. So give me a clear reading for September for 2020. I might be able to do mid-month readings, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm doing September readings, and if I can, I'll do something mid-month. But it all depends on multiple different, if it comes together or not. So give me messages for Libra for the month ahead. So what's going on? You've got the World behind you. With the Two of Wands, sorry. So the Two of Wands is not far off the maze. The Two of Wands is about a fork in the road. It's a little bit of an irony, the Two of Wands, because the Two of Wands card, he does have the ace in his hand. So this might be a sense of sort of that you do know what you want, but there's maybe some choices to make. The World card is the last major arcana, so it's mastery. It's ruled by Saturn, which is the master card, and it tends to talk. There are very, very confusing two cards to see together, Libra, because one's about, you know, that bit in the jigsaw when everything fits together. That's what the World card is, and we get ready to start a brand new cycle in full. But the World card is almost like on an internal level. Maybe you're feeling quite good. Maybe you're feeling quite, I'm on this. You know, I'm ready for the next stage. But on the other hand, what is the next stage? It's a little bit of I promise you, I'm not laughing. I wonder if 2020 is going to be a bit like that. I love the fact that you've got the World card, because it almost feels internally there's a lot of strength here, but still facing this Two of Wands. So what you want is the Empress, which is your other. So Venus rules Libra and Taurus. The Empress is about the inner relationship with yourself, self-care, nurturement. It's about home. It is about family. It's also about love, prosperity, and abundance. Now the gift is the Page of Swords, which is the messenger card. The challenge is the Knight of Swords. Relationships, oh don't, please don't shout at me. Yes. The very, very slow moving Knight of Pentacles. Now, and this is already bizarre, because your gift is news. There's some news coming your way. But because the Knight of Swords is a challenge, it's sort of coming your way, but you're waiting for it to speed up. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight. I think he's faster than the Knight of Wands. You sort of, I know what I want and I'm going for it. But then the Knight of Pentacles shows up in your relationship house, which means it's almost a declared intention, but nothing quite happened yet. Let me pull the rest of the cards. Money and work. You do have the Three of Swords, okay? The Tower card, a soul position. You know what? I like it when the Tower card shows up with the Knight of Swords. There's change on its way, by the way. And even though actually in the King of Pentacles is the outcome. Oh dear, you've got an awful lot going on here, Libra. And then you get the Knight of Cups and the King of Wands. There's quite a lot of people showing up here. You've got 1, 2, 3, potentially 5 people. No wonder your head feels like it's in a maze, okay? I feel like I'm in a maze looking at this reading. It might just be the one person. And if it's the one person, I've got a feeling you're probably a little bit frustrated, because when it's only the page, it's on offer. So the page communicates, he texts, there's a lot of communication, but it might not be going any faster than that, okay? And because what you want, hold on. So what you want is the Empress. So the Empress is about love you can see and you can touch and you can feel, and it's with the Ace of Pentacles. So this maybe is about a new job. So some of you might have lost your job with the Three of Swords here, okay? I'll try and get as many messages for you as you can. But this is about prosperity, a new chapter, a new beginning, particularly in the practical, everyday matters of your life. So if it was a relationship, it'd be like living together, building a home. For some of you, this might be a new job you're looking for. Now, the Page of Swords is the gift, which means there's news coming your way, okay? And the fact that the King of Pentacles is the reading towards the end, tends to talk about quite a lot of feelings of financial solidity. So I'm hoping things are going to get a lot easier, okay? The Tower's not always, don't tend to read the Tower as a negative card anyhow. I will clarify it. So tell me more about the gift. What's the Page of Swords is with the Eight of Wands. This is about an awful lot of communication coming your way. Very fast moving, dynamic communication, which is helping you get the Empress and the Page of Pentacles. So this might be news of a new job, news of finances, news about home, news about family. So I'm liking all this, but the challenge is the speed. The Knight of Swords is a really fast moving knight. If he's a challenge with that Three of Swords and that Knight of Pentacles, I think we're talking about very, very slow moving energy. Now, don't worry, Libra. You're my 4th reading, yeah? And everyone's reading seems to be going to some sort of conclusion, but it looks like most of the month there's sort of a period of maybe frustration, delays, and not knowing what's what, because the amount of time it's taking is the challenge. But there's definitely news coming your way which is helping you feel that there's hope, particularly around your finances and the practical parts of your life. Now, the Knight of Pentacles in your relationship. See, I don't dislike the Knight of Pentacles. It's a very solid card, but there's a feeling with the Knight of Pentacles that nothing's moving, and that puts us back to the Knight of Swords as a challenge. This feeling of everything's stuck, everything's things aren't moving fast enough. Why is the Knight of Pentacles showing up here? Yeah, the Hanging Man. Yeah. So very slow moving, feeling, it's almost sometimes there can be a feeling of, I don't like using the word sort of impotence, but a feeling, I mean, that's what the Hangman is. He's hanging upside down. He doesn't feel that he's in control of this process. And again, nothing's moving fast enough. It's almost like being in this big pause. And as soon as I've seen the Knight of Swords as a challenge, that's sort of what I picked up here. I think there is news coming your way, which is going to support you. So why is the Three of Swords in money and work? So for some of you, this might be looking for work, okay? Loss of a job with the Tower card next to it. So the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles tends to be a positive financial card. It's almost like, look, with the Four of Wands. So the Six of Pentacles is about the flow of money, okay? Some of you might be waiting to hear about the flow of money. And the Four of Wands, this might be about money, about housing, how to build a new chapter, build a new home, move forward to a new threshold. Now the first card you got was the Three of Swords, which obviously means there's some financial difficulty or some delays, some sort of heartache. It might be quite hard to find a job at the moment. But Libra, see, sometimes you need to look at where you're going and try and keep the destination in mind, because it looks like you're going to the Four of Wands, which means you're going through a threshold. So the Four of Wands, there's a dragonfly here, yeah? And a dragonfly is a bit like the butterfly metaphor, and that it's just gone through a little bit of a dark night of the soul, an experience where it's had its back pushed against the wall, and then it's changing into something else. And that's what's going on here. So, but I think it's going to be the whole month progressing. And the reason why it's so slow progressing, first of all, that Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving. Nothing's moving fast for that Knight of Swords. I don't know where you're watching from, but in the UK, everything's very slow. It's starting to speed up again, but it all depends where you're watching from, yeah? Now, the Tower card at a soul level is some sort of change. Let me find out what's going on. Yeah, Ace of Cups. See, I don't tend to read the... I mean, the Tower card, when it comes as a challenge, can be quite a big challenge, okay? Because it tends to be leaving behind your security and some sort of... Like the COVID's been a global Tower card as a challenge. But the Tower card with the Ace of Cups is about love, okay? It's about love. For some of you, this is a sort of coming to terms. It can really be love at first sight. Actually, if there's any cards that mean love at first sight, it's the Tower and the Ace of Cups. It can be a sudden realization about matters of the heart, matters of love. But I would say because of circumstances, Libra, you know what I'm going to say. I almost don't even want to use the words, but because of circumstances, it's not a good time to go full steam ahead. For some of you, it might be because your financial situation, okay? For some of you, it could be a multiple grouping of certain situations. It might be the other person. So there could be many reasons why you feel that you cannot move fast enough as you would like to, or the situation isn't moving fast enough. And I think for some Libras, the maze isn't only its relationships and might be finances. So a feeling of how can I find my way out of this? How can I find this clarity? How can I get to the opposite side? I'm going to ask, how does Libra get to the opposite side? Oh, that's funny. Because you get the Page of Cups. So we're dealing with some sort of something to do with love here. Opportunities. Taking risks. But I think for some of you, you're in a little bit of a confusing set of circumstances. I almost want to take away the word confusing, and then in the natural zodiac, we're in Virgo, which means it's in your 12th house. The 12th house is always about confusion. It's almost like the Seven of Cups, Neptune, not being able to see what's what. Is this real? Is this what I want? Okay, now let me go to the outcome. So the first thing you get is the King of Pentacles. So this is really, really good financial card, because the King of Pentacles is a card of feeling quite secure. And I would say, Libra, as you go towards the end of the month, the finances are going to get better, okay? You want to be in a card like the King of Pentacles, especially if you've been in the Three of Swords, because it means to me that there's going to be some sort of flow. Things are going to start moving. There'll be potentially a new offer with the Four of Wands. Because sometimes when you look at a card, we have to study what led up to that card. We don't just arrive in the Four of Wands, guys. There's always been work. There's always been a little bit of shredding an old skin in order to move forward. So the King of Pentacles, it can be an earth sign person for some of you. And it's not gender specific. For some of you, it can be an earth sign person. For some of you, it's a fire sign person. And you've got a water sign person. So I'm going to read the Knight of Cups as the emotional connection. I hope you don't mind, yeah? Which means you've got the Ace, the Page, and the Knight. So this is about, obviously it's about offering your cup, or someone offering their cup to you, which is this cup of love, okay? So for some of you, it might be a King of Wands, which is one of the fire sign people. For some of you, it's an earth sign person, okay? Or for others of you, especially for one of you whose all your energy has been going around your financial sense of security, Three of Swords, you might just be feeling solid enough to be able to emotionally move forward. Sometimes when our security is affected, all our energy goes there. So we're really, really busy looking after this and, you know, our foundations, and we just can't deal with things like love and romance. And when we get that sorted, we can move forward. We can, you know, we can go forward and follow our desires, which I think is what's going on here for some Libras. For some of you, you're dealing with a fire sign person. I think it's been extremely frustrating. And the reason why I think it's so frustrating is for the Knight of Pentacles here, and the Knight of Swords is a challenge. I've seen the Knight of Pentacles take years to get to his destination, by the way. And as a reader, when it shows up, I always have a job of trying to explain this guy's energy. Some readers say he doesn't move at all, and just to forget him. Nothing's ever going to change. Too stuck in their ways, too protected, too not willing to take a risk, okay? I tend to read this guy as an energy that's on its way to you, but slowly, because of the challenge here. I think for some of you, the challenge is definitely in the flow of finances. Do I think that's going to improve? Yes, I think there's going to be some sort of breakthrough. I think there's also the Tower card and the Ace of Cups. There's going to be some sort of romantic breakthrough. Yeah, something to do with some feelings of love. The Ace of Cups and Tower card don't show up that much together. And when they do, there's always a sense of a real fated connection. Now, sometimes there's good to that and sometimes there's negative to that. I've seen people have to walk away from the Tower and the Ace of Cups because it's too complex. But they always know that the experience was or had the potential to be something very huge. But the Tower and the Ace of Cups is to me this sort of feeling of, oh my, it's like psh, this spark, this sudden realization, this epiphany that there's a very, very, very strong connection going on. Fire or earth sign person. I want to now give Libra some hope or a bit of a message around their finances, because okay, you get an odd lot of cards because you get the Two of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. With the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. It's almost like there's some sort of news coming your way. There's some sort of turnaround of events, Libra. We're really, really not dealing with normal times at the moment. And we need to approach it with that state of mind that nothing's straightforward. Nothing's normal. Whatever really that means. And what once everything's just taking this, like getting a job's taking a long time, dealing with anything. And that's definitely your message. I think there's absolutely tons here to be positive about. Do I think you seem to be in some sort of intense dynamic? Actually, yes, Libra, I do, actually. But remember, what you're looking for is I mean, the Empress is about love, yeah. With the Ace of Pentacles, it can be about a new house, a new chapter, sort of a new job, yeah. Or it can be wanting to live, wanting your love to be something more tangible. But you've got two cards of communication as the gift that's coming your way that's going to help you get that. Is it going to be A, B, C? Absolutely no way, because it's just not the circumstances that we're in, and it ain't going to be that way for anyone. And a lot of my job as a reader at the moment is I'm having to put everything in compartments. Because if we go with the same mind that we're in normal times, we're going to constantly be like in cards like the Eight of Swords and feeling frustrated and feeling stuck. And if you don't want that to happen, then you're going to have to do something to try and connect with the Ace of Cups, which is about, you know, feeling there's an energy of protection, there's guidance, that sometimes we're not in the easiest set of circumstances, but that it comes to an end and we get to move forward to new chapters. The wheel turns. Yeah. Life flows again, because it does. And we get to live another day and tell another story. And yeah. So a little bit confusing here. I really get the maze. I will try and do mid-month readings, but I really, really don't know, Libra. I'm honestly trying my best. But much love to you, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.